succession, then the people's survival was also in danger. If all kinds of lives grew vigorously there, then that place would be full of vigor and vitality, and its people would live happily and for a long time. Everyone's futures are related closely to other lives, and when they are indifferent to or even abusive of them, then there is no doubt that they will suffer unhappy and stressful futures. Can you imagine a person surviving in a barren desert? There is no doubt that they would not survive for very long by themselves. Why? Because there is no other life. It is only where all kinds of lives thrive and survive easily that people can live well. The 8 dogs in our Xanadu no longer exist. The main responsibility rested with the tour guide because I did not teach everyone how to care for life. It was strictly negligence on my part. Secondly, another main responsibility lied with Dinghai Celestial because I told him clearly to be responsible for feeding the dogs. This showed that Dinghai did not have a strong sense of responsibility and that he did not care for or revere life enough. It is not difficult to raise dogs. I have raised more than a dozen. Except for one dog who had a pimple on its neck and needed to be taken to the veterinary hospital for surgery, none of the others have ever had any problems which required medications or injections, and they all lived well. To raise dogs, you only need to pay attention to 5 things. The first one is to feed them fresh food at least once every day but never to let them eat it when it gets stale. The second is to keep them warm in cold weather because dogs cannot tolerate cold weather. The third is that their homes must be kept clean. The fourth is that they must be bathed regularly to remove any parasites from them. And finally, the fifth and most important rule is to make sure that they feel your love for them. It is unlikely that a dog will get sick and die prematurely if you follow these 5 rules. How should Chanyuan Celestials care for animals and revere life? I do not need to say anything profound, I will just give you a few examples. When I was a teacher in Lifechanyuan Body Mine No. 2 Middle School in Gansu, I kept a few cats and some chickens until the chickens were eventually discovered and eaten by weasels. The last chicken always followed a Huang wherever she went. When a Huang cooked in the kitchen, it followed her and laid at her feet. When a Huang was asleep, it laid beside the bed. The cat always walked around her, but as soon as a Huang sat down, it would jump into her arms immediately. Why was that? Because a Huang took special care of and cherished all the little animals. We raised myna birds in the 4th branch and one day, accidentally, one of them flew out and disappeared. A Huang looked everywhere for it and shouted everywhere, "Myna, come home. Myna, come back." Suddenly, I witnessed the myna fly over from a distant eucalyptus tree straight into her arms. Do you remember Snow Leopard, our dog from the 4th branch? Aside from his being born with high spirituality, most of his skills were taught to him by a Huang. Do you know how a Huang managed and protected Snow Leopard? At night, afraid that he would be frozen, she put a thick layer of cotton cloth in the carton where he slept. After the puppy lay down, she covered him with an old cotton towel. When she heard his chirping sound at night, she knew that he needed to relieve himself, so she got up quickly and opened the door for him. After he came back, she could then fall back asleep. We had a bird park in the 4th branch. No matter whether there were pigeons or parrots, there were basically no major problems. Do you know how the birds survived? A Huang maintained their food and water every day and never missed one, otherwise the birds would have died long before. I dispute with a Huang on a lot of issues, but one thing I have to admire about her is her love for the little animals. I knew a long time ago that a Huang must be rewarded. If we treat all life kindly, then it would treat us kindly too. Today, of all the Chanyuan Celestials, a Huang and I have the best living conditions. Why do we? The fundamental reason is that we have treated life kindly, and it is a reward from Tao. Sanghai Celestial and Jiao Yi Celestial should still remember that when I left Zimbabwe before April 18, I explained to them that we must treat all the lives in the family well, even the grasses and trees, so that there will be no crises in our lives. Even small trees and grasses will help to eliminate many risks. Do you remember how I treated bees and mice kindly? Remember that in our homes, killing snakes is never allowed. Animals are more afraid of cold than people are. I raised a very smart black German Shepherd for the first time in Zimbabwe. One year in winter, it was not particularly cold. Usually, the dog slept in his doghouse in the yard, but one day as I opened the door, he insisted on coming inside. I did not normally let him in, but after he squeezed in that day, he would not leave no matter how I pushed him. After a while, I found him hiding curled up behind a sofa and looking at me pitifully. I finally realized that it was too cold outside and that the dog needed warmth. From then on, whenever it was cold, I would add more layer of insulation, even shabby blankets to his doghouse. We once had 2 kittens in the 4th branch which had been brought from Linsong by CN, but they both died soon thereafter. I will tell you why that happened. Both of them had frozen to death. After I found that one of the kittens had frozen to death, I hurriedly took the other one to my room and let it crawl into my bed, but sadly, many of its internal organs had already stopped functioning and it died the following day. I raised a few dogs when I lived in a villa next to an embassy in Zimbabwe. In the end, there were too many of them, so I gave a dog named De Huang to the girl who washed clothes for me. De Huang was tall and powerful, but he died within a few days after the girl's father brought him into their home. The girls said that ever since he brought De Huang into their house, he never ate or drank, and finally succumbed to thirst and starvation. Another 2 dogs I raised in Zimbabwe, Lem and Rambo, were both fine when I was there, but as soon as I left, they died in rapid succession. Rambo was said to have been hit by a car. Given the above examples, I want everyone to know how to love animals and revere lives. Ask yourself, have you ever cared for lives like this? If you have not, it means that the structure of your life is still too rough, and that you are not yet worthy to enter heaven.
Chanyuan Sao Jirbui de Ba Da Suya. 8 Attainments to be Chanyuan Celestial. Xiefeng. May 9, 2007. The Chanyuan Celestials in Lifechanyuan are those who have been equipped with the values of heaven, but still live in mortal world. Or can also be said that with one foot remaining in the mortal world while the other foot has stepped into the gate of heaven. They are the most civilized human beings in mortal world and new celestials on the point of being born at the same time. In short, Chanyuan Celestials should have the following 8 attainments. Reverence to the greatest creator, faith in Jesus. Chanyuan Celestials show reverence for the soul and only, amorphous, neutral, mysterious, supremely powerful, wise, impartial of the greatest creator. Show reverence for all forms of life, no killing and tormenting. Show reverence for nature. Regard nature as the mother of life and the emancipating teacher, and intermingle with nature in a harmonious way. Regard Jesus the Christ as the emancipating teacher. Have belief in that Jesus the Christ is just the gate for heaven and what Jesus said is truth, life, and road, and have strong belief of their salvation with the help of Jesus. Show profound wisdom and follow Buddha. Chanyuan Celestials are the most septennial people. They have been equipped with non-form thinking, knowing the secret of life and 36-dimensional space, traveling in the non-material world consciously. They follow the teaching of Buddha Sakyamuni. They are the closest disciples of Skyamuni and people who are heading for the Elysium world by Buddhist teaching. Love Lao Tzu and follow Taoism. Chanyuan Celestials keep in the state of zero or non-governing state all the time, thus they possess powerful potential and kinetic energy, which makes them very special among a group of people, firm and immanent, natural and unconventional, formal and formless at the same time. They absorb the essence produced by the sun, the moon, and the earth. They have read books in different historical times. They are so powerful and so unobtrusive. Chanyuan Celestials are followers of celestial Lao Tzu. They have love for Lao Tzu and have the same idea with him. Fearless, follow the Prophet Muhammad. Chanyuan Celestials are fearless because they have the knowledge about the secret of non-material world. They would not disappear, even the sky and the earth disappears. Knowing that the physical body is just the carrier of soul, they are very clear that even floods and fire would not hurt their soul. Even earth crumbles would not hurt their spiritual entity. A complete idealist is absolutely fearless. Therefore, the Chanyuan Celestials are human beings of indomitable spirit, broad, bright, and pure in mind. They are followers of the Prophet Muhammad, firm in belief, indomitable in morality and spirit. They have no fear in front of evil, They keep countenance in front of guns and knives. Truth-seeking, science-supporting. Falsehood and superstition have no ground in Chanyuan celestials. They do everything on the basis of fact according to logic and following the principle of science. Telegnosis serves as their navigation. They are integrity and dignity, not believing any hearsay, crotchety words, and fantastic talks. Flexible in thinking. Every Chanyuan celestial knows that there is not settled rules, and the only rule is that rules are always variable according to the situation. Everything is changing timely, and no form is form. No law and non. Law is the law, and there is no from and non-form is the form. Except invariable the greatest creator and invariable Tao. Everything might be changed with time and space therefore. The Chanyuan celestials do not be restrained by the traditional ideas and ancient preaching or doctrine. Their thinking is flexible, and they are very smart in dealing with things because they never justify things according to previous principles or traditional preaching. While the tenet of following the Tao of the greatest creator will not have any change, the method and approaches can be changeable, while the direction and goal of going to the celestial archipelago will not have any change. The method of self-improvement and self-refinement is changeable at any time. Diligent, earnest, skillful. Chanyuan celestials are the most diligent people in the world. They are industrious people both in physical work and mental work. They are diligent in thinking and creating, even creating for stuffs they use. They refuse to be lazy and become parasites. They never gain advantage over others by tricks, even if the missing dollars on the ground will not attract their attention. They do not desire for other people's creation. They are with sureness and live frankly all their life. All Chanyuan celestials are well-educated and capable, and they are able to depend on at least one type of skill for a living. Open-minded and lively, keep the pure original forever. All the Chanyuan celestials are open-minded and lively, with frequent smile on their faces or beautiful dreams in their hearts. They are very frank in behavior and talk, never suppressing themselves or covering the expression of being saints. They do not pretend to be moralists. Instead, their behaviors are just like the innocent kids enjoying playing with mud, water, mountain, cats, dogs, snows, or rains. They can often make themselves happy as well as others. Agony and trouble are never their benefits. What are listed here are the 8 attainments to be Chanyuan celestial. It is also a touchstone and watershed for identifying a Chanyuan celestial. 1.8. 18 traditional values subverted by Lifechanyuan. Xiefeng. October 24, 2007. In traditional concept, family is the source of happy life, while in the opinion of Lifechanyuan, family is the miserable source of human life and humanity. Traditional concept considers that life is the result of evolution or is created by gods. Lifechanyuan proclaims life is created by super-celestial beings led by gods according to the design of the greatest creator. Traditional concept considers the greatest creator is I am what I am. Lifechanyuan proclaims that the greatest creator comes from Wuji Taiji. Traditional concept considers God is the greatest creator. Lifechanyuan proclaims that God is created by the greatest creator, and all gods are the sons of the greatest creator. Traditional concept considers Sakyamuni is the ancestor of Buddha, and Lifechanyuan proclaims Sakyamuni is not the ancestor of Buddha, and the greatest creator is the ancestor of Buddha. Traditional concept considers universe comes from the Big Bang, while Lifechanyuan proclaims it is the outcome of the greatest creator's consciousness. Traditional concept considers Adam and Eve were the ancestors of all humanity, while Lifechanyuan proclaims they are not the ancestors of all human beings, but are just the ancestors of Israel and Middle East regions. Traditional concept considers Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism are the Chinese cultural core. Lifechanyuan proclaims the holographic order consciousness is the Chinese cultural core. Traditional concept considers that moon is formed naturally, while Lifechanyuan proclaims that moon is specially produced by super-celestial beings and then is installed in sky for the human being. Traditional concept considers the self-refiners and self-improvers need to abstain from love, while Lifechanyuan proclaims love is a precious gift endowed by the greatest creator, and people should fully enjoy the love. Traditional concept has a blurry cognition on heaven. Lifechanyuan has a clear cognition on heaven. Traditional concept thinks that self-refining and self-improving require adopting the serious and ascetic method. Lifechanyuan proclaims that self-refining and self-improving should adopt the methods aiming at joy and happiness. Traditional concept thinks the beautiful future need to be created by working, while Lifechanyuan proclaims that the beautiful future depends on the creation of mind. Traditional concept thinks that the memory of people exists in brain, while Lifechanyuan proclaims the memory of people does not exist in brain, but in subconsciousness, and subconsciousness does not exist in human body, but in space-time. Traditional concept thinks the existence determines consciousness, while Lifechanyuan proclaims consciousness determines existence. Traditional concept thinks that life will receive the final judgment. Lifechanyuan proclaims there is no final judgment, and judgment goes on at every moment. Life will not be judged by the greatest creator, gods, Buddha or king of hell, but the Tao of the greatest creator. The Tao of the greatest creator operates at every moment. Traditional concept thinks the greatest creator can talk to people directly or never talk to people. Lifechanyuan proclaims that everything is the words of the greatest creator. All the changing phenomena are the conversations between the greatest creator and people, and the people who can read the wordless book can directly talk to the greatest creator. Traditional concept thinks Satan is a demon and an enemy of the greatest creator. Lifechanyuan proclaims Satan is a god, and he is a firm supporter to maintain the symmetry and balance of universal life order. In fact, hundreds and thousands of traditional values needing to be subverted by Lifechanyuan. I just put forward 18 for you to think, and you will have to summarize the rest by yourselves. 40 passes from human to Chanyuan celestial. Dayform Buddha. October 22, 2006. Without the change of non-material structure of life, there would be no change of the nature of life. 40 passes must be broken through for the change from a human being to a Chanyuan celestial. Consciousness of materialism man must make arduous efforts take things as they come. The soul stands everything happens as a coincidence of years of for plan of process of thousands. The physical material world physically and spiritually as material. Treat life seriously treat life as merely playing games. Dream to become a man with profound wisdom become a child. Possessing What is listed here from the left to the right is just the process for taking flight to the land of the immortal. How difficult it is depends on your own experiences. 80 FAQs concerning the home without marriage and family. 1. CFing. August 25th, 2007. Q. Why set up the home without marriage and family? A. For the purpose of realizing the ideals of our saints and sages and the hope of our people. For the purpose of setting a good example for human beings. For the purpose of providing a good environment to the Chanyuan celestial for their self-improvement and experiencing the life of celestials in the 1,000-year world. Question: who are eligible to enter into the home without marriage and family? A. Only the most civilized and the best could be permitted to enter into the home without marriage and family, or you may call it as gathering the ripened crops. Q. Who is the leader of the home without marriage and family? A. All of those people who are able to live their life in strict accordance with Lifechanyuan value can be the leaders. Q. Where is the home without marriage and family? A. Everywhere with proper conditions. Q. Is it possible for me to enter into the home without marriage and family? A. Sorry, unless you have been baptized by Lifechanyuan value. Q. Why only those being baptized by Lifechanyuan value are permitted to enter the home without marriage and family? A. Without the baptism, you will be totally at a loss as what to say and what to do in the home without marriage and family. Question: can Chanyuan celestial enter into the home without marriage and family? A. No. Only those who have been devoting all their energies to the construction of Lifechanyuan for at least a half year are eligible. Question: do the people in the home without marriage and family lead an austere life? A. Definitely not. On the contrary, they will live the most prosperous and lively life. Question: how can you ensure that? A. People in the home without marriage and family are the most outstanding and creative group in human society. Question: do you care only your own well-being and not the poor? A. We only care spirit and mind. Material things are not our concern and should be worked out by oneself. Question: where do funds of the home without marriage and family come from? A. Through the dedication and creation of people in the home without marriage and family. Question: what would you do if people in the home without marriage and family become lazy? A. It is impossible for them to become lazy because laziness will make their conscience uncomfortable. Question: is it possible for the home without marriage and family to proceed forwards autocracy? A. Each of those being baptized into Lifechanyuan is follower of Tao with profound wisdom, clear and bright mind. No one is willing to be shoved around, and cannot be shoved around except the most civilized approach. Question: is there any private property in the home without marriage and family? A. No. Everything belongs to the public. Question: then there is no individual privacy and freedom in any sense? A. Absolutely not. Each residence is private, sacred, and inviolable. Nobody is allowed to intrude without the master's permission. Question: then, private property actually exists, right? A. No property is private here, and all of them belong to the home without marriage and family. But everybody in the home without marriage and family is capable of enjoying a life of great freedom and natural rights which cannot be deprived. For example, people should not disturb one another when taking a rest, neither can they deprive the other's basic safety. Question: is there forms of spousal relationship in the home without marriage and family? A. No. They neither marry nor get married. Question: then people with spousal relationship are not eligible to enter into the home without marriage and family, right? A. Sure, they can. but it is better for them entering together, and their marriage life come to an end since after. But they may choose to continue their intimacy in much civilized relationship, which none of others' business. A spouse planning to enter into the home without marriage and family must require the consent of the other party. Otherwise, any party of a marriage will not be permitted to enter into the home without marriage and family. Question: is the sexual choices in a random fashion in the home without marriage and family? A. Sure. People can choose their sexual forms in terms of their personal tastes according to the principle of ethics. They may choose to be in a pair, or three, even four people together. Why will we restrict that if they feel gratitude to the greatest creator in their heart? If by so doing enables them to feel that life is good and thereby love life much more than before, while devoting themselves selflessly into the hard work for human happiness, then why will we restrict that? Question: doesn't that belong to assembling a crowd for promiscuity? A. People's concept on promiscuity is wrong. Promiscuity is limited to sexual behaviors between mother and son, father and daughter, grandparents and grandchildren, natural brothers and sisters. Those occurring between people without genetic connection should not be classified as lewdness. As for the term assembling the crowd, what is improper here? People in the world were often assembled for conferences, strikes, parades, sports activities, dancing, or other similar activities. Now that all of these assembling matters are proper, what is improper just for fun? Sexual behavior is nothing but a game for fun. Question then: do you mean sexual behavior in group is advocated in the home without marriage and family? A. Absolutely not. Because that kind of advocating will hurt millions of people in the world. Moral values established in secular society should be followed by secular individuals of the society. Otherwise, the normal social order would be disturbed and the whole society would lose its vitality and push human beings to disastrous situations. Question: well, why is it possible to have sexual freedom in the home without marriage and family? A. The secular world can't be compared with the home without marriage and family. The basic form of secular world is family, which requires strict husband and wife ties. Once free love affairs happened, it is painful for his/her spouse, their children, even their parents, which will injure the whole society in the end. But in the home without marriage and family, there are no families, no marriages, and people living here are far from the secular world. They have paid off their parents, children, friends, and the society before entering into the home without marriage and family. They will live a totally new life in the home without marriage and family. In addition, all of the members of the home without marriage and family are civilized and outstanding individuals with pure mind, and they would not hurt their spouse either. Therefore, the sexual freedom in the home without marriage and family should not be copied indiscriminately in the secular world. Question: what will you do if somebody is unwilling to follow your style? A. All members enjoy freedom here. He is free to follow his lifestyle, and nothing is imperative. Question: do all of you live together? A. Each member possesses a separate bedroom, bathroom, and a private area. They do not live together. Question: what about having meals? A. Yes. Eat together in the cafeteria. Question: how do you deal with different tastes? A. The cafeteria will make their effort to take account of different favorites and satisfy everybody. Q. What about your food, on vegetarian or meat diet? A. They may choose as their own will. Vegetarian may be on vegetarian diet, and those people whose favorites are meat may choose on meat diet. Nobody has the right to decide what the other people should to eat, but nobody is permitted to take wild animals or birds as their food. Question: are all of the members in the home without marriage and family Chinese? A. No. Chinese people only occupy a small ratio. Most people are whites and blacks or other races. Question: what to do if somebody gets sick? A. There are doctors and nurses in the home without marriage and family, and everything for the patients is free here. Whoever is sick will be treated with proper care. Q. What if somebody passes away? A. There are special organizations to cope with these things properly. There is no need to worry. Question: how do you allocate those who no longer capable of work? A. They will be attended by the most careful and the most sympathetic people. Q. Can they have children here? A. Sure. It's up to you. Some people may need to be persuaded to have children for the sake of humankind multiply. Question: will the baby be kept to oneself? A. No. The baby is the sweetheart of the whole human beings. From the time of pregnancy, all costs will be shouldered by the home without marriage and family, including future raising and education. Question: how to organize various jobs? A. Everybody in the home without marriage and family has outstanding abilities and hobbies. The home without marriage and family will provide circumstances for their individual strong points, and each person can choose to do what he or she likes most. Nobody will be forced or arranged. Question: but how to deal with different jobs and different preferences? A. The difference between the home without marriage and family and the secular world. Question: is there a clear division of labor for all of the members? A vision of labor for all of the members? A. The goal of the home without marriage and family is that there is only one trade to be done for each member. For example, there is no need for the vegetable gardener to worry about the cleaning of his room. The dairy woman doesn't need to concern about washing her clothes. The businessman doesn't need to think about if a hot meal is available after a whole day's work, and the cook doesn't need to worry about the money. Everything will be organized orderly and systematically. Question: you say that everything is shared by the public. What if someone home without marriage and family? What to do then? A. It will also be acted accordingly. The home without marriage and family will take nurseries, kindergartens, and schools in future if there are too many children. Question: could the parents and children enter into the home without marriage and family together? A. Sure. Each person could be a Chanyuan celestial if she could resonate to Lifechanyuan value, which means a mature condition for entering into the home without marriage and family. To be continued. 80 FAQs concerning the home without marriage and family. 2. CFing. August 26.200. Question: I still don't understand what special advantages we can have after entering into the home without marriage and family. A. There are 8 advantages. 1. Living guarantees. No need to worry about food, clothes, house, and transportations. You will be attended when sick and even after death. 2. You will be far away from human society and will no longer be tortured with worldly affairs. Live only for ideas and belief. 3. Without the fetters of the family, your body, heart, and psychic energy feel much freer. Nobody keeps his eyes on you, controls you, and keeps after you. You need not to worry about the affairs of children too. 4. No matter how much you have changed, you can always find someone who can get along with you in character and disposition, and you can work, chat, and entertain with them. 5. Because each one has a specific and definite task, so a lot of time is saved and you can do whatever you want. 6. The home without marriage and family has innumerable recreational activities, and you will never feel lonely and bored again. 7. You can achieve Tao rapidly with the help of the collective energy, get out of the limit of life and death, and go to heaven. 8. With the help of the collective energy, you can pass through different catastrophes. Question: what recreational activities are there in the home without marriage and family? A. The recreational activities mainly consult and imitate the mode of the 1,000-year world, 10,000-year world, Elysium world, and Celestial Islands continent. For example, people can be an emperor in turn, and when you are an emperor, you can do whatever you want and others have to coordinate with you completely. Everyone sits together and interacts between heart and psychic energy, entering into each other's thinking and feeling the inner world of each other. Collectivity enters into the non-material world to do things such as to speak and communicate with eyes and body language. Magically change material world. Certainly, there are a lot of terrestrial activities such as dancing, singing, tug of war, hide and seek, poker, sliding across the table, tickling, exploration games, going for an outing, climbing mountains. Piggies carry his wife on back and drawing lots. When you catch Eve, you need to play the role of Eve. When you catch clown, you need to play the role of clown, and so on. In one word, There are innumerable recreational activities which are beyond your imagination. Question: the home without marriage and family seems especially value recreational activities. And why does this happen? A. Here includes the secret of life. The long-term recreational activities will perfect the non-material structure. So everyone's process of turning into the appearance of children is accelerated because the kingdom of heaven belongs to children. Question: what kinds of collective activities are there in the home without marriage and family? A. There is a collective doing exercises lasting about 30 minutes after supper, which aims to build one's body. Then the activity of expounding the scriptures lasts about 2 hours, which aims to open up one's thinking, inspire one's wisdom, promote one's spiritual nature, so as to be a super celestial being earlier. Question: everything sounds so wonderful, but it should be hard to work out. What methods or measures are you going to apply? A. We do not adopt any method or measures. What we do but inspires the internal truth, goodness, beauty, love, honesty, and credit of everyone. When everyone's consciousness and soul resonate at the same frequency, everyone is willing to do this. Question: nothing imperative? A. Absolutely not. We are sure that everyone will be sincerely convinced and willing to take part in the activities with the help of our best spiritual and psychological persuasion methods. If someone cannot get it temporarily, we can wait patiently until he comes to realize the truth, but we will definitely not compel him or her. Question: what shall you do if someone wants to quit the home without marriage and family? A. We will hold a farewell meeting, offer him with enough traveling expenses, and part him with tears. Question: won't you give other compensations? A. The home without marriage and family does not have any private property, so everyone owns nothing no matter how long he or she has stayed in the home without marriage and family. As a result, he or she has nothing to take with him, her when he leaves but the traveling expenses. Question: if someone donates a lot of property, makes lots of contribution, and earns a lot of money for the home without marriage and family, while entering and staying in the home without marriage and family, can't he or she take some away when leaves? A. In Lifechanyuan and the home without marriage and family, all the conducts are willing, voluntary, and are a kind of unconditional giving for the Lifechanyuan values and life beliefs. One cannot expect requital when one donates, and the donation cannot return, just like the exhalant air and the spilled water, so everyone needs to think before leap. Question: are there any deceiving and fraudulent conducts in the home without marriage and family? Will someone feel being cheated afterwards? A. Lifechanyuan has a series of supporting values, just like the Constitution of U.S. restraining all the people, including the president. Everything of Lifechanyuan and the home without marriage and family is explained clearly and plainly by us, and we suit action to the word. Furthermore, we do things according to the law, not people. Even Shui Feng himself should do everything according to the values of the home without marriage and family if he chooses to stay there. If he does not suit actions to his words, that is called fraud. But if his action suits his word, that is not called fraud. If he expresses his ideas clearly and his deeds are in strict accordance with his words, then there is not any deception. Lifechanyuan is going to initiate the Lifechanyuan era, so it has to employ the most civilized way to develop all activities. Otherwise, it can't last long. The cause that we undertake will last forever, so all the activities we participate have to withstand the test of the masses and history. Besides, no matter where we build the home without marriage and family at, we all need to obey the local laws and regulations. Anyone can sue at the local government if he has the feeling of being cheated. Question: it is easy to say than done. How can one go out to sue if has lost both freedom and expenses at the home without marriage and family, especially when no one is allowed to be in? He may never be able to pass any information. What to do then? A. Good question. This question is very easy to answer. The home without marriage and family equipped with unobstructed phones and the phone numbers of the local police department are also provided here. You can also tell one of your relatives or friends to call you every few days. If you cannot answer the call on time, they should call police immediately. There is no risk to that. Question: you take people away. Where can we find them? A. Everyone in the home has communicated with others of the home for a long time and has been familiar with each other. If you do not trust these people, who shall you trust? The people with such thoughts are not suitable to enter into the home without marriage and family. So, You don't need to worry, and you can just live in the realistic society according to the traditional view of life and value system. In your mind, the home without marriage and family is changed into a criminal gang. With such morbid psychology, you should not imagine that you can enter into the home without marriage and family. It is not the problem of whether you want to enter or not, but the home without marriage and family will not let you in because such psychology and consciousness as yours are doomed to bring endless trouble to the home. To be continued. 80 FAQs concerning the home without marriage and family. 3. CFing. September 9th, 2007. 53. Question: It tends to live in groups in the home without marriage and family, and the orderly and harmonious group life needs a series of rules and regulations for self-discipline. Is it right? A. No, in the home without marriage and family, there is no rules or regulations in any form for disciplining. Anyone can make decisions by nature, following one's inclinations. 54. Question: If all of the people followed their inclination, everything would be in a muddle and mess, and the establishment of the home without marriage and family would end up in failure. Every large group without disciplines is just like a heap of loose sand and will be doomed to achieve nothing. Don't you agree with me? A. What you are talking about is quite true, but you are making your inferences based on the logic of man's world, and it isn't fit for the home without marriage and family. The lifestyle and management here operate in accordance with what works in the 1,000-year world and the 10,000-year world in heaven. According to my life experience in the 1,000-year world and my knowledge on the 10,000-year world, there is no constitutions, laws and regulations, religious disciplines, dharmas for controlling people there, and people make revisions through self-purification of their mind for the best lifestyle there. Actually, it seems that everything is so natural and is only going so naturally, without any conflicts or contradictions. Everything goes in perfect order, peaceful and auspicious. 55. Question: What you are lecturing here is an ideal model of life, but I'm afraid that it is not available in the real world. So, how can you ensure that everything in the home without marriage and family will operate orderly and harmoniously? A. We ensure that with the Lifechanyuan values, there will be no problems if all of the members of the home without marriage and family live their lives according to the Lifechanyuan value. 56. Question: But the question is that, if there is a member who does not have requirements for himself in accordance with the Lifechanyuan value, what will you do? A. Firstly, we will prevent those who have no idea about the Lifechanyuan value from entering into the home without marriage and family. Before entering into the home without marriage and family, each member must learn and understand Lifechanyuan. She is not permitted to enter into the home without marriage and family until she can resonate to the Chanyuan value on the same frequency. We will further study and discuss and solve the problems later should they occur. 57. Question: Must one enter into the home without marriage and family? A. This is an inevitable stage for entering into Celestial Islands continent. Without this nurturing stage by the home without marriage and family, it is hard for people to form the habit required by the heaven, and at the same time, a lot of problems for individuals in the secular world is difficult to solve. It is impossible to understand many self-refinements or self-improvements for individuals without the collective energy field, and their spirit door is also hard to open. 58. Question: What are the requirements for entering into the home without marriage and family? Are there any evaluation criterions? A. In short, one must highly resonate to the Lifechanyuan values. It can be explained in detail like this. There are 8 standards. 1. Find and get to know the greatest creator, and learn to dialogue with the greatest creator directly. 2. Have firm belief in Jesus the Christ, Sakyamuni the Buddha, Lao Tzu, and Muhammad. 3. Trust Shuifeng is the guide for human life and life. 4. No marriage and private properties after entering into the home without marriage and family, and having paid off all your debts in the secular world. 5. Totally abandon your sense of self and put your life in the hand of the great creator and your human life in the hand of Tao. 6. Keep this in your mind. I will go to the 1,000-year world. I will go to the Celestial Islands continent in the end. 7. Make good preparation mentally and spiritually to contribute in the home without marriage and family instead of claiming and comfort. 8. You must be willing to devote your whole life to the great work of opening Lifechanyuan era for humanity. 59. Question: are there any differences between the home without marriage and family and other forms of organizations such as utopia society, Buddhist temples, Christian churches, and spiritual communities, etc.? A. No utopia society in history is the same as Lifechanyuan, which has a systemic principle of values, and all of these utopia societies are blindly designed. The home without marriage and family of Lifechanyuan has a systemic value as the guide, and it is very clear. Both the Buddhist temples and the Christian churches have strict regulations and religious disciplines, which the home without marriage and family of Lifechanyuan does not have. Everything here operates according to human nature and follows human inclination. Spiritual community such as Osho's Dhamma was only a result of a rational whim and would be short-lived and difficult to sustain, while in the home without marriage and family, because we follow the greatest creator, the continuous driving force will ensure its permanence once it is established successfully. The communities witnessed by Jehovah were relatively successful, but families still existed and no love or sexual relationship was permitted out of marriage, while in the home without marriage and family of Lifechanyuan, men and women can enjoy free and very colorful love and sexual life. 60. Question: will the home without marriage and family be in an enclosed form? A. Soul is open, but the living is closed. Everybody in the home without marriage and family possesses a personal computer and is available for internet access in order to learn about other ideas and belief systems in the world. Televisions are also available to provide of more than 100 channels of TV programs all of the world through satellite transmission. You may fly your thoughts and let your mind float freely. But the living style in the home without marriage and family is indeed secluded and isolated. 80 FAQs concerning the home without marriage and family for CFing. November 6, 2007. 61. Q. The people who enter into the home without marriage and family need to live collective life, which is prohibited by government. So you have to apply for the permission of the relevant department in the government. Otherwise, it is hard to avoid the suppression and ban of the government. However, the government will never approve such collective living style. What are you going to do with this situation? A. There are a lot of countries in this world that don't concern about such collective living unless we violate the local law or bring troubles to the surrounding neighborhoods. Your worry only exists in such countries as mainland China, not in other countries. 62. Question: the concept of Lifechanyuan has essentially included the tenets of such religions as Christianism, Islam, and Buddhism, but there are many details which contradict their original doctrines. So what are you going to do once the home without marriage and family is interfered by the local religions? A. Communication. So we should try our best to build the home without marriage and family in the country's freedom of belief. 63. Question: once the home without marriage and family has been established, it will attract the social attentions, and many people will run away from home to the home without marriage and family. At that time, many families will break up due to the concept of Lifechanyuan. Then, the accusation of destroying family will be blamed on Lifechanyuan, and the home without marriage and family will become the target of public criticism. Have you considered about the consequence? A. Things may happen in that way, but we couldn't not stop traveling just because there is a wolf ahead of us. So we can keep away from the place where the wolf often appears and move on. In this case, we have to be rational. For example, many families broke down for the car accidents. So why don't people charge the car, road, or the manufacturing plant? Many families broke up because one member of the family often visits ballrooms or bars and then fall in love with other people. Why don't people charge the ballroom or bar? Many people fall ill. Why don't they charge the earth? The home without marriage and family works as the ideal of civilized persons and also the choice of them. Your old ox cart cannot catch up with the car, train, and plane. Why don't you rid of the ox cart instead of complaining and accusing the car, train, and plane? As time goes by, the mode of production and lifestyle also need to be changed. It is useless to cry and shout. It is immoral to drag others because you do not move on. Life is short, and everyone has the right and freedom to pursue happiness. So why do you accuse the home without marriage and family? Must others eat what you prefer and act what you like? The disruption and disintegration of families are the inevitable result of the civilization development. Even without the home, without marriage and family, more and more families are going to disintegrate. Who are we going to blame for? 64. Question: the home, without marriage and family, is certain to have its own living boundary. If many people wish to come for a visit and survey, what would you do? A. Welcome. We will sell admission tickets, or maybe even run a hotel to earn some money. So come on, please. 65. Question: what would you do if someone looks for trouble? A. Then we should really bridge over the troubled water. We will take the necessary measures as the situation calls for. 66. Question: what will you do if the home without marriage and family becomes a dead duck? How will you dispose of some people have paid a lot but without any gains? A. Human is flexible and measures can be also changeable. We need to take the necessary measures as the situation calls for. In this way, the lifestyle loved by everyone will finally appear. So, once the home without marriage and family has been established, the dead duck situation is impossible to appear. Once the Chanyuan celestial enter into the home without marriage and family, they will find what they obtain is more than what they pay. You cannot even drive them out of the home without marriage and family, just like the people who have been to paradise are unwilling to go back to the mortal world. 67. Question: what are the motivations urging Lifechanyuan to initiate the home without marriage and family? A. The major motivations of initiating the home without marriage and family include the following 3 points. Setting up model for initiating Lifechanyuan era, experiencing the lifestyle of heaven and adapting the life in heaven, centralized sermons, self-refining, and self-improving. 68. Question: if Shuefeng has gone, can the home without marriage and family keep going? A. At the very beginning, Shuefeng is necessary, without whom everyone will not know what to do because they have no idea about the life in heaven. However, just 1 or 2 years later, the existence of Shuefeng will not be so important, and the home without marriage and family can develop continually when everything enters into normal. When everything adapts to the lifestyle of the home without marriage and family, and when many Chanyuan celestial command the entire secrets of thinking and life. Moreover, there are many homes without marriage and family in the various places around world. The effect of Shuefeng can only affect a few people, and the Buddha and Bodhisattva may have mastered the way to sustain in Chanyuan. 418 Jiakailug, Run Lei 1 Ming Xin Fanjiang. For April 18th, opened a new chapter in human civilization. Xiefeng. April 19th, 2023. 14 years ago today, a group of people gathered in Taiyuan, Shaanxi, China, opening the curtain on a new era of human civilization. A series of unprecedented and legendary events gradually deepened as it unfolded. Although humans still do not understand the truth of the matter, the magical number 418 will be engraved on the monument of human civilization history, becoming the spiritual energy and driving force to inspire people to continuously progress in civilization. After 14 years of summer and winter, and 4 seasons alternating, everything will dissipate into smoke and clouds. Only the new mode of production and life generated by 418 will emerge with unparalleled strength, like a vibrant sun shining on the earth, leading humans into an advanced form of civilization, turning the earth into a paradise and allowing every human born to enjoy the beauty of life. This is the shining of divine light, the crystallization of teachings from past gods, Buddhas, saints, and sages, as well as the hard work and dedication of Chanyuan celestials of Lifechanyuan. The mature Chanyuan celestials will be harvested and sent to the granary of heaven to enjoy the endless grace and benefits of heaven. After 14 years of practice, the new mode of production and life will present the following picture. All children are the commonwealth and treasure of humanity. The nurturing and education of children will no longer be the responsibility of parents. From weaning at 3 years old to university graduation, experienced and knowledgeable individuals with great love will take care of nurturing and educating children with the help of AI. The support of all elderly people will no longer be the responsibility of their children, but will be borne by the whole society and included in the collective life of those with children, youth, and middle-aged individuals. There will be no more nursing homes and no more independent elderly support models. As a historical form of life, marriage and family disappear, and the second home model replaces the traditional way of life. Religion fades from the historical stage, and natural Tao replaces all religious doctrines and rituals. The state, as a form of existence, has completed its historical mission. A global management model formed by strong artificial intelligence, AI, replaces the state, and humans enter an era of orderly and free migration on a global scale. Existing currencies of various countries will disappear, replaced by F-coin. F-coin is not a currency, but a reflection of each person's personal value contribution to society. All resources belong to all humanity, and private ownership is completely eliminated. Service replaces management, and dedication will become the only standard for measuring personal character and value. From then on, theft, robbery, deception, corruption, competition, fighting, war, and other phenomena will disappear. Everyone will have something to do, food to eat, a place to live, and entertainment. Humans will enter an era of harmonious coexistence between individuals, society, and nature, with abundant material resources, rich products, and a colorful life. Currently, people are worried that robots generated by artificial intelligence will eliminate humans. I can solemnly tell everyone that this will not happen. Not only will it not happen, but robots will become the best assistants to bring benefits to humans. All of this is part of the predetermined program for human civilization to leap forward. The Creator will not let humans disappear, but instead will let humans enjoy the pleasures and eternity of life. Please be aware that the Earth and humans are under the care and management of life forms that are more advanced than humans. 418 has created a brand new production and life mode that is different from traditional ones for humans. This mode represents the future living form of humans for the next 1,000 years. If you aspire to this way of life, seize the opportunity to learn about and enter this form. If you are not interested in this form, then continue with your current way of life. But when our consciousness is confined to the pursuit of immediate material benefits and various disputes and phenomena, we inevitably sacrifice our future welfare. In the not-too-distant future, the number of people surviving on Earth may be fewer than 600 million. Whether we face destruction or continue to live depends on the amount of spiritual and soul wealth each of us possesses. Destruction will lead to reincarnation in the animal world, while survival will allow us to coexist harmoniously with nature and ascend to the heavenly kingdom. Nature is managed by advanced beings, and the birth, development, operation, and demise of things are governed by laws. The Earth will not disappear unless it approaches the long axis of the Taiji ellipsoid. The Earth still has a lifespan of 5 billion years. Its end is far off. To maintain the healthy operation of Earth life, we need to remove the tumors that damage Earth life. Human behavior is controlled by consciousness, and consciousness is influenced by the phenomena of the vast universe. Only consciousness that is not controlled by worldly phenomena possesses the attributes of advanced beings. All phenomena are material and fleeting. Material wealth belongs to phenomena, but its essence lies in spiritual and soul wealth. In the future, those who remain on Earth will be the wealthy ones sought in terms of material wealth, but in terms of spiritual and soul wealth. Who are the wealthy in terms of spiritual and soul wealth? Lifechanyuan F coin can serve as an indicator. The amount of Lifechanyuan F coin one possesses signifies the amount of spiritual and soul wealth one has. The more F coins one has, the closer one is to being wealthy. Lifechanyuan F coin has another function. The more F coins one has, the easier it will be to enter the human paradise he second home. Eventually, one can enter the primary paradise he 1,000-year world. Lifechanyuan F coin has 11 components. The purpose of Lifechanyuan is to revere the greatest creator, revere life, revere nature, and follow the way of nature. Portraits of Lifechanyuan mentors, Christ Jesus, Buddha Sakyamuni, and Celestial Laozi. A brief explanation of spiritual and soul wealth. A photo of Xiefeng, the founder of Lifechanyuan. The symbol of the new human life mode, he second home. The amount of F coin. The motto of Chanyuan Celestials, open the windows, the sunlight and fresh air will come in. Take a broad view, you will see the faraway mountains fresh and green. Stay and study in Lifechanyuan. A new life will begin. Your spirituality will grow, and your thinking will transcend the limitations of human nature and ethics. The symbol of the international family of Lifechanyuan. An explanation of the nature of F coins, i.e., the currency of the heavenly kingdom. The serial number of the F coin. The name or code of the F coin holder. The shaded area depicts a flat map of the Earth. When you possess the Lifechanyuan F coin, a divine lamp will rise in your heart. This lamp will illuminate your path forward. Follow the light, and you will reach your dream destination. Remember, let the dead deal with the affairs of the dead. I wish you to become a super wealthy individual in terms of spiritual and soul wealth. A door leading to an everlasting happy life. An introduction to Lifechanyuan. CFing. We are in the last days of this age. Year 2013 is the turning point. Lifechanyuan is the last course for human beings to learn and follow. The first course was given by Buddha. The second was by Jesus Christ. This is the third. The third is the last. Lifechanyuan contains precious truths from the greatest creator of universe. It tells us how the universe comes into being, how life started, and the beginning of human being. It tells us the meaning of time and space, and the meaning of life. It also tells us the purpose of life, the cause of human suffering, the future of mankind, the way how a person can get an everlasting happy life, and so on. Lifechanyuan is for humble, teachable, mild-tempered, heart-ready for everlasting life people. It is for those people who want to devote his or her whole life to benefiting the mankind, meantime, want to have a happy life in the kingdom of heaven. Lifechanyuan will usher in a new era, the Lifechanyuan era, for the mankind on this earth. It also will harvest the ripe crops who 100% believes in Buddha and Jesus Christ. Lifechanyuan calls out all the people to walk on the way of the greatest creator designed for us, for it is the only way that leads to a happy life on the earth and everlasting happy life in the kingdom of heaven. The general news Lifechanyuan reveals is as follows. 1. The one who created the universe is the greatest creator, not any god. All the gods and goddesses are created by the greatest creator. Lives in the universe, including human beings on the earth, are created by gods and goddesses according to the design given by the greatest creator. The greatest creator has 8 characteristics. They are unique, formless, neutral, mysterious, impartial, merciful, supremely powerful, and wise. The greatest creator stays at the 0 point. His Holy Spirit spreads all over the universe. We could feel his Holy Spirit at any place at any time. This Holy Spirit is called Tao by Lao Tzu, one of the greatest men in Chinese history. 2. There are 20 worlds simultaneously exist in the universe. What we humans stays and lives in is only one of them. These 20 worlds are linked up by the 0 point. This 0 point is the core of the greatest creator. 3. There are 36 spaces in this universe. The human's world is only one of them. We humans have other 9 more spaces to go to stay and live in. The 3 best spaces are named as the 1,000-year world, 10,000-year world, and the Elysium world. There is a paradise within the Elysium world called the Celestial Islands continent. This is the world that Lifechanyuan will guide everyone to go to live in. For human beings comes from 3 channels. One channel is Jesus Christ. Another is Jehovah the God. The third is the dragon. Adam and Eve are not the ancestors of all mankind, but of some races. 5. Life is a journey. Life has no ending. Physical body is only the carrier of life. When people pass away, the physical body stops its mission and life still goes on to another journey. People who walk on the greatest creator's way will be transferred to live in a higher world. People who walk on other ways will be transferred to a lower world. People who like family and country will come back to the earth as a human being again. 6. The judgment on life is carried out at every second. There is no final judgment, nor is there judgment upon the passing away of a life. Life goes from one world to another right away automatically. Everything that we've done has an exact recording in the inner structure of our life. We cannot hide or run away from what we have done. 7. We can't go to heaven so long as we have one sense debt which is not yet paid, for the law of life gravitation will pull us back. We must clear off all our debts owed to parents, wife or husband, friends, other people, and to the earth if we want to go to stay and live in the kingdom of heaven. 8. Life has 8 profound mysteries. Anyone who knows and masters the 8 mysteries could go to any world he or she is willing to. Lifechanyuan will reveal some of them. 9. Life is a non-material structure with the Holy Spirit. There is no life without the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit comes from the greatest creator. This is why we must walk on the way of the greatest creator. Otherwise, we have no way to have an everlasting happy life. 10. Life exists for the universe. The universe exists for life. No universe, no life. No life, no universe. 11. The solar system was created only for human beings. There are no humans on the other planets in the solar system except on the Earth. The moon is made by angels. It's a metal satellite empty inside. It's a warehouse. There are some tools still inside moon. There is a door on the other side of the moon for the flying in and out of the flying instruments. This is the reason why the moon always faces the Earth with the same side. 12. All the natural things on the Earth and in the universe are part of the images of the greatest creator. All the natural phenomena on the Earth and in the universe are the words of the greatest creator. The greatest creator never talks with man or woman in mankind's languages, but through phenomena. 13. All living lives have thoughts, but their way of thinking is quite different from each other. There are 8 different ways of thinking. They are material thinking, image thinking, associative thinking, elusive thinking, visualized thinking, taiji thinking, non-form thinking, holographic thinking. Why a dog is a dog, a man is a man? Because of the ways of their thinking are different. This shows that we must have the celestials' way of thinking if we want to stay and live in the kingdom of heaven. 14. Anything is possible. Impossibility comes from the impossible thinking. 15. Nothing is accidental. Everything is certain, but not inevitable. 16. Getting a visa is very important if we wish to go to stay and live in the kingdom of heaven. Here the kingdom of heaven refers only to the 1,000-year world, 10,000-year world, and the celestial islands continent. Lifechanyuan provides the visa for anyone who wants it if he or she is sincerely willing to walk on the way of the greatest creator. 17. There are only energy, structure, and consciousness in the universe. Everything that we can see or cannot see is an illusion of these 3 elements. Everything will disappear when time goes on except for energy, structure, and consciousness. 18. No movement, no time. Time is the recorder of the movement states of all kinds of matters. So we should try our best to run away from matters if we wish to have a long, long life anywhere in any world. There is no time in non-material world. If we cannot imagine this, let us just know that everything appears in the non-material world can be duplicated again and again. 19. The universe has no boundaries. It can be expanded or contracted. Space always changes its boundaries according to the movement of matters and the scope of consciousness. 20. All kinds of lives are designed by the greatest creator and made by gods and goddesses and angels at the beginning. The theory of evolution is wrong. 21. All kinds of lives on the earth are made for serving people. Lower lives serve higher lives. So, people must protect and love all the other kinds of lives, for people cannot live without them. Maltreating and excessively using them will cause humans themselves a big trouble. 22. Traditional family, country, political party, and religion are 4 problem makers. Where there is traditional family, there is pain and hardship. So are the political party, religion, and country. In the future of mankind, there will be no nuclear family, no political party, no religion, and no country. 23. The best way managing and arranging humans' activities is Lifechanyuan plus global government. Lifechanyuan is responsible for humans' spiritual and soul guiding, for providing spiritual and soul needs and activities. Global government is responsible for humans' daily work, study, and allotment activities. Government should not be controlled by any family or political party, country, or religion. 24. Mankind should be led and guided by the most intelligent, well-educated, civilized people, not by people who belong to a race. That some places are rich and some places are poor is not normal. Everyone should do his or her best, while everyone has the right to enjoy life. 25. The core crisis human faces is the soul crisis. It means that we are putting the incidentals before the fundamentals, that we are doing it upside down if we ignore the soul crisis but emphasize on other crises, such as atmospheric temperature rises, population growth, food shortage, pollution, autocracy, terrorism, war, etc. 26. Mankind must be united as one family. The state that each one goes his own way must be ended. Everyone, every family, every country, every religion, every political party's conduct and affairs are not a single event, but related to all the people on the earth. The question is, who has the capability to undertake this great and glorious task? The answer is, only Lifechanyuan. Lifechanyuan has the plan detailed on its Chintz and English website. Chinese, www.leafcosmos.org English. www.lifechanyuan.org. 27. What is called self-improvement, Shu is to follow Buddha and Jesus Christ's teachings and making one's effort on the construction of Lifechanyuan. The real meaning of self-improvement lies in the effort to construct Lifechanyuan. 28. What is called self-cultivation, Shilan, is to widen and improve the understanding of life, to convert the way of thinking, to attain perfect consciousness and flawlessness in one's inner non-material life structure. 29. Consciousness makes reality. The reality we are in is the reflection of our consciousness. Everything comes from consciousness. Whether we could have an everlasting happy life in the kingdom of heaven or not depends upon whether our consciousness is perfect or not. If we have pig's consciousness, then we are pigs. If we have dog's consciousness, then we are dogs. Similarly, if we have God's consciousness, we are gods. 30. Thinking is energy as well as invisible power. With thinking, one can control other people's thought and even kill people from far away. So, having kind thought is very important to us. Otherwise, we'll become followers of the devil. 31. From the viewpoint of celestials, some normal standpoints of humans are abnormal. Some abnormal standpoints are normal. For example, marriage, for man is normal, but for celestials, it is abnormal. Having many lovers is abnormal from man's standpoint, but it is normal for celestials. 32. Everything has its meaning and purpose. There is nothing which is useless. 33. Love will bring love. Hate will reap hate. Plant melons and we get melons, sow beans and we get beans. As we sow, so will we reap. No flukiness. Never think we could have something without effort, or that we could run away from sin by a fluke. 34. Repentance is very important. There is no perfect man in this world. Neither are we. Repenting of our sin can lead us to the way of perfection. Perfection will allow us to live in the kingdom of heaven. 35. There is a non-material world. The Holy Spirit belongs to the non-material world. So, if we have wishes, we should tell the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will reflect upon our wishes now or later. 36. Try our best to imagine good things, good future, beautiful environment, good health, smooth and successful way of life, etc. It will work in its way. 37. Sickness comes not from our body. It comes from our non-material inner life structure's flaws. Or we can say it comes from our ill consciousness. We can even say it comes from our ill spiritual and soul needs. 38. The purpose of life is for enjoyment, not for suffering. The greatest creator likes people who enjoy, not people who suffer. How to get enjoyment and make enjoyable life is the first concern we should think about. Enjoyment comes from not only material wealth, but mainly from wealthy spiritual and soul offerings. 39. Besides the sense of sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch, we also have the sense of spiritual perception. Spiritual perception is the most important senses of all. Lifechanyuan will guide everyone on how to get this sensation step by step. 40. Birds of a feather flock together. Lifechanyuan divides people into 5 groups. One group is named ignorant people who do everything by instinct. The second group is named laity, who do everything by their selfish desires. The third group is named mortal, who do everything by emotion. The fourth group is named sage, who do everything by reason. The fifth group is named saints and celestials, who do everything according to the way of the greatest creator. What kind of person are you going to be? 41. Human has been guided into a new era, Lifechanyuan era. Anyone who intends to get into this new era must prepare you yourself for matching the standard of new era. The main standard of the new era are 1. Walking on the way of the greatest creator. 2. Leaving families, political parties, religious organizations, races, and countries. 3. Love all the people. 4. Giving up all you have. 5. Treat and serve other people sincerely. 6. Has no jealousy. 7. Love and enjoy collective activities. 8. Love labor. 42. Life on earth is short. Time is flying. We have no time to explain all the details. We should look for people who share the same belief, same life value, same lifestyle, and try to stay and live together with them if we wish to have a joyful and happy life. It is very difficult to change or convert somebody in a short period of time. So, let's look for resonant people who might be far away from us, rather than to waste time changing people around us who are not resonant with us. 43. The earth will be purified in the near future, just like we sometimes make a thorough clean for our house. Some will stay, and some will be cleaned away. Who can stay? Those who walk on the way of the greatest creator will stay. Those who are spiritually and psychologically sick will be cleaned away. 44. New generation is much more clever than old generation. The present generation knows more than the past generation. If we want to change something, we should depend upon present people, not on past people. Just like we send our message through new internet method instead of by post, we should listen more to what the present people say than what the past people say. If we stick to the old ways, we will lose good opportunity to convert our suffering life to happy life. 45. The way we think is the state of our life. If we want to change the state of our life, we must change the way of our thinking first. Today is the continuation of yesterday. Tomorrow will be the continuation of today. So, if we wish to have a good tomorrow, let's take action today for tomorrow. Similarly, if we wish to stay and live in the celestial islands continent, let's think in the ways of celestial beings from now on. 46. Live for yourself. Don't live for others. If everyone lives for themselves, you will find your true self through this way. Otherwise, you will lose yourself and never find the way home. 48. Always look on the bright side of things. Negative imagining or thinking will cause sickness or trouble. The non-material world will echo with any sound you make. 49. Don't love only one. Love as many as possible, so long as you like and you could love. Love through your heart. Don't love through marriage law or marriage forms. 50. The value and meaning of life on earth is to convert man's lifestyle to celestial's life mode by walking on the way of the greatest creator. No matter how rich you are, no matter how great and important you are, no matter how powerful you are going to die at any time at any place in the near future, and all what you have will be useless for yourself when you pass away. So, what is the most important thing we should think and do? A letter to Earth citizens from International Big Family. Lifechanyuan. May 8, 2014. Translated by Long, Yin, and edited by Kayer. All Earth citizens, Secretary General of the United Nations, heads of every country government. We share the common view that the Earth is a small village in the vast universe. And all the Earth villagers are the greatest creator's children. Only when we are all together can we put an end to all kinds of crises and conflicts, and can we keep the ecological balance of the Earth and realize the sustainable development for people. No eggs can remain unbroken when the nest is upset. If the Earth is ruined, nobody can escape from it. The crises that human beings face are more and more severe. The frequently occurring natural disasters are the warning signs. If we ignore them, do not give up our personal interests, and still live with traditional lifestyles, it will be too late to regret. The core of all the crises are soul crisis. Purifying our souls is the greatest primary task for human beings. Taking stopgap measures could never eliminate the crises and future risks. Only soul purification can help human beings take a turn for the better. The situation is urgent. The second home established by Lifechanyuan would be dedicated to building up an international big family. We have the theory system of soul purification and successful practical experience. Now we need all the global citizens to cooperate and put them into practice. The international big family would allow no difference of nations. All nationalities around the world, all religious groups, all political parties, and all members of different organizations would be an essential part of this big international family. Everyone will be respected, cared for, and sympathized. Every life being is precious and worth cherishing. Massive crimes mainly result from the survival environment, not personal issues. An undesirable survival environment will result in massive crimes, but a good survival environment will reduce the crime dramatically. Therefore, apart from purifying our souls, thoroughly changing the traditional production and life mode is currently the top priority for all human beings. Traditional marriage and family is no doubt the source of humanity's miseries and all kinds of conflicts. If they are not completely destroyed and replaced by the new life and production mode created by Lifechanyuan, humanity's miseries will be endless and will lead to its destruction. I hope the United Nations, the governments of all countries, all religions and political parties, and each citizen of the earth can think deeply about this. And every government will give the green light to our big international family and not to cling to the outmoded systems in order to safeguard their own interests. They should not to stop or interfere with the development of the community because of any political reasons, and they should give more support rather than attack to the cause that is beneficial to its nation and to all human beings. I hope that all citizens of the world can participate in the activities of this international family and accept the purification of their souls. People should change their traditional thinking mode, ideology, habits, lifestyle, and any value that is not compatible with the development of civilization. If each one can sacrifice a small part of their private interest to make efforts for the interests and well-being of the entire humanity, the world will get out of its crises and walk towards a bright new era. I hope that peace will be with us forever and that we will be blessed by Mother Nature. I hope the relationships of all nations will be in harmony and its people will be safe. I hope that joy, happiness, and freedom will be with each citizen of the world and the one world, one family dream will soon come true. I pray for each citizen of the world. My best wishes for each life being on the earth. All Lifechanyuan women are virtuous. Xiefeng. November 1st, 2020. Virtuous women possess these 8 outstanding qualities: gentle, hardworking, elegant, kind, knowledgeable and reasonable, fascinating and charming, never jealous, well-educated, cultured, self-restrained. Looking at flowers in full bloom, the petals and stamens show softness, and all Lifechanyuan women are soft and beautiful. Across 10 years of effort, they have created 13 picturesque homes, operated 8 Chinese and English language websites, translated thousands of articles, and disseminated them millions of times, compiled nearly 300 articles, created nearly 100 videos, run 3 subscription platforms, planted nearly 10,000 trees, completed countless daily tasks. From these, we know how diligent our Lifechanyuan women are. 10 years on Lifechanyuan's road has been bumpy with lots of ups and downs, but it has also been sunny all the way. A group of women walked calmly, surprised by neither honor nor disgrace, otherworldly, undiminished in appearance, neither ostentatious nor depressed, and neither arrogant nor complaining. On a plateau high in the Yunnan Mountains, in the sand-filled Gobi Desert in Xinjiang, in the hot summer of Nanjing, and in Canada and Thailand, they created one miracle after another. They were knocked down countless times but still smiled indifferently. Even though no one paid them any salaries or bonuses, they have dedicated themselves for 10 years without regrets. Their intense eyes have remained full of firmness toward their goal, their fascination for better lives, and their posture has been elegant and their demeanor has been chic. They are so kind, pure, and honest in their hearts that they have never harmed life, society, or others. The places they were in were always kept peaceful, warm, and harmonious, and those places which had been dilapidated became clean and tidy with distinct levels after being organized. The Gobi Desert became a place where birds sang and flowers emanated wonderful fragrances, willows shadowed and flowers shone by their touch. In front of them, children became obedient and sensible, men lost their hostility and temper, and their kindness created the most harmonious places in the world. Do not think that they are stupid or deceivable, for each of them is knowledgeable and transcendental, and they know clearly the differences between good and evil and between right and wrong. They know the vicissitudes of life and the changes of the times, and they treat the insults of laymen and the accusations of mortals with smiles because they do not care about them. They are indifferent to money, power, fame, and wealth, and they are empathetic, have etiquette, and their words are like poems or like pearls on jade plates, and the articles written by them are full of literary talent, passion, and high spirits. All Lifechanyuan women are full of amorous feelings, emotional, lively, naughty, humorous, and romantic, as gentle as breezes and drizzles, as delicate and beautiful as mountain flowers in bloom, as radiant and enchanting as sunshine in spring, and as romantic as fluffy catkins and running clouds. They are lissome and graceful as infinite spring scenery and full of everlasting love while talking and laughing. Their playing and joking around is like thunder clapping. They are enraptured while gaming and having fun with their charm, tastes, and interests unfolding incisively and vividly. They are also fascinating. An old saying goes that jealousy is a woman's nature, but do not try to fit that secular hat on a Lifechanyuan woman's head. After more than 10 years of cultivation, the women in Lifechanyuan have long since lost all their jealousy. If other women are beautiful, they compliment them. If other women have merits, they praise them. If other women are favored, they congratulate them. If other women are graceful, they honor them. For more than 10 years, the Lifechanyuan women have been getting along with each other harmoniously, happily, and without jealousy or resentment toward each other. Proper upbringing is the civilized politeness learned from family, school, and society. Self-cultivation is the level of theoretical knowledge, artistic thought, and other aspects that people possess so as to develop civilized attitudes toward each other. Self-restraint is the ability to have a deep moral quality to control one's own emotions. Chanyuan women are all three. They are brought up properly, self-cultivated, and have self-restraint. Getting along with Chanyuan women, you will find that they are always gentle and drizzly like spring breezes, pleasant and calm, and never make others feel uncomfortable, embarrassed, depressed, competitive, or cynical. These are the Chanyuan women. But what about Chanyuan men? Chanyuan men all throw themselves at the feet of Chanyuan women. A Chanyuan value states that the positions of men and women are reversed and women should be respected primarily. So as long as Chanyuan women enjoy that requirement, the Chanyuan men rush to serve them. Chanyuan men are as ready to serve Chanyuan women as green leaves are to serve flowers, and to be their guardians. One night of romance with a gorgeous girl, a happy death thus deserved. Therefore, the men in Lifechanyuan would rather wash the women's feet than support and serve any great leader. Chanyuan women are worthy of pride, but they are not proud. Their excellent characters and graceful temperaments have allowed them to rid themselves of domestic violence and social harassment forever, and to keep far away from housework and mundane social contacts as they walk towards the Elysium Celestial Islands continent. All ladies in Lifechanyuan are 18. Xiefeng, September 13th, 2006. Where are the most beautiful women in the world? Answer: not in the entertainment industry, but in Lifechanyuan. All Chanyuan ladies are 18. A girl of 18 is like a flower, full of fragrance, beautiful and charming, full of youthful vitality, like the rising sun, the mid-autumn moon, the first blooming flower buds, the freshly ripe peaches. All the women in Lifechanyuan are beautiful and lively, like lotus just from the water, hung with crystal dew drops, spotless, natural and unrestrained, elegant and graceful. Passing of time cannot worry them. Human world cannot change their beauty. Their delicate sweetness is like wind chimes and jingle in the wind. They are fresh and green like branches bud in the spring. Even after 10,000 years, the spiritual appearance of the Lifechanyuan women will forever be fixed at the age of 18. Chanyuan ladies are the most beautiful. In ancient times, there were beauties who would make wild geese alight and fish dive down for shame, who would obscure the moon and make flowers blush. And now there are the Chanyuan ladies. The beauty of Chanyuan ladies is a kind of solemn beauty, elegant beauty, temperament beauty, spiritual beauty, implicit beauty, artistic beauty, humanistic beauty, and virtuous beauty. Their words are like a goddess scattering flowers that splendid the sky. Their smiles are enchanting and charming, which is breathtaking. One glance can fascinate people, and one sound can get people drunk. Staying with them day after day, get the feeling of flying high above thousands of millions of miles away, doubt to have come to super celestial beings' place all the way. Chanyuan ladies are highly spiritual. Having no wings, I can't fly to you as I please. Our hearts as one, your ears can hear my inner call, as if the vernal breeze had come back overnight, adorning thousands of pear trees with blossoms white. To Chanyuan ladies, you don't need to talk to them anxiously and repeatedly, or yell at them. A slight frowning, they will know what you are thinking. You just raise your hand, and they will know what you want. A gentle cough, their love for you will come in an instant. A short sigh, their sin of caring for you will soak your heart right away. Even if you are thousands of miles away, hearts can interact freely. Chanyuan ladies are most affectionate. If you ask what love in the world is, appreciate the ladies in Lifechanyuan. Love of Chanyuan ladies is like a gurgling brook, clear and sweet, and like the sea, with a magnificent demeanor. Their love is like the warm sun on the coldest days of winter, and like the cool breeze of the sweltering summer. They are neither suffocatingly strong nor insipidly dull. They are far away yet close in front of you. Under the moon and flowers, they surpass the goddesses in the moon and sky. Their amorous glances give you the feeling of wedding night. To be with them in the same home, one feels bathing in the sea of love, as if you were in a fairyland on earth. Chanyuan ladies are cultivated. The ladies of Chanyuan are like finely polished and sparkling gems, reflecting the colorful light of human nature's sun. They possess a natural charm that is well suited to both light and heavy makeup. Each of them is outstanding in talent and taste, possessing the elegance of a lady of the eminent family and the gracefulness of a small family. They stand out from the crowd like cranes among chickens, flying in the blue sky like swans. From afar, they resemble the shining peaks of ethereal purple light, while up close, they resemble the seven fairies who descended from the jade pool. They are natural works of art, like Venus, and goddesses who are too sacred to be defiled by the mundane world. Chanyuan ladies are all sexy. A woman who is not sexy is only half beautiful and is like a king without a crown. A woman who is not sexy is like a phoenix or a peacock that has lost its feathers, or like a delicacy without salt. The ladies of Chanyuan are all sexy, and they leave people feeling dazed and confused. Fragrances will attract butterflies to flowers. Chanyuan ladies are irresistible and cause people to toss and turn at night unexpectedly, preferring to be ghosts to be with Chanyuan ladies rather than to be among the prestigious people of the world. Their sexiness is like a tornado that leaves people drunk with desire and like a black hole in the universe that swallows up people's rationality. Chanyuan ladies are the most gentle. Men are made of mud, while women are made of water. The ladies of Chanyuan are not made of the murky water of the Yellow River estuary, nor the bitter, astringent, and salty sea water, let alone the stagnant water that is full of bacteria and microorganisms in wells and ponds. Instead, they are the original water, made of the purest, clearest, and most transparent spiritual water when the greatest creator created the universe. They are as gentle as snow-white cotton touching the skin, as gentle as white clouds caressing the sky. They cannot be touched, for they will melt away. They cannot be shouted at, for they will disappear without a trace. One can only hold one's breath and feel them with all one's senses or enjoy them carefully and cautiously. Chanyuan ladies are all angels. The ugliest person in the world is a woman with a strong sense of jealousy, while the most beautiful woman is a female who has no jealousy whatsoever. In heaven, there is no jealousy, and the ladies of Chanyuan always admire and praise one another. They are all angels who come from the 1,000-year world and 10,000-year world to help all living beings in the human world. Just as flowers can crush stones, the Chanyuan angels can dissolve human animosity. Even the hardest hearts will soften when in the presence of the ladies of Chanyuan. Look to the future of the Lifechanyuan era, where the world Chanyuan ladies give free play to. That's it. My inadequate language cannot fully describe the excellent qualities of the ladies of Chanyuan. All I can say is that whoever has the opportunity to wash the feet of Chanyuan ladies will have the greatest honor in life. An analysis of the mystery of the unbreakable Lifechanyuan. CFing. February 4th, 2021. Lifechanyuan officially appeared on history's stage in 2003 after gestating for a long time before its appearance. From the day of its birth, it suffered countless setbacks. During its early period, it was discovered by an American astrologer who conducted an unexpected daily detailed guidance to me on everything. Then one day, 3 of her American partners from the United States, Britain, and Germany wanted to instruct me further and asked me to wear some kind of talisman, which I resisted completely because I did not wish to be controlled. Then an international scam group called me father in the name of the greatest creator and cheated me out of much of the wealth that I had accumulated over the years. The starting point of Lifechanyuan was the Chinese Soul website, but just as we began showing signs of prosperity on from it, we were shut down for no apparent reason and were pushed to the freezing point. Fortunately, Xiaoxi appeared and began to launch Lifechanyuan continuously on Bushuan. For a time, the people there decried that Bushuan had become a missionary website for the promotion of Lifechanyuan. In a short time, Falun Gong practitioners, Buddhists, and Christians joined the attacks on us. At the same time, Xiaoxi, Sitong, and a former Chanyuan celestial who initially supported and spread Lifechanyuan turned on us and attacked us and me in particular, especially Xiaoxi, who wrote dozens of articles exposing and refuting our theory. Sitong and that former Chanyuan celestial were even more sarcastic and ridiculed us more than ever. Later, the ideological and public opinion circles of the Chinese government issued a warning. Foreign pro-democracy activists blocked Lifechanyuan, while the people of insight from the secular world never stopped attacking and suppressing us. Just as we were gradually becoming depressed, Lingji Celestial appeared to launch Lifechanyuan's own website, but before I recovered from my happiness, Lingji quit. At the same time, there was endless scolding and condemnation against me across the web. The worst thing to read was my being called a quack, a big demon, and deceptive for money and sex. The most difficult period of time was during the attacks from dozens of masters on us on chiodawang.com. At that time, I fought with them bitterly every day, especially against their attacks on me from some of the former Chanyuan Celestials. In order to counter them, I used harsh words without careful diction, so I ended up with the nickname, the Shrew. We originally wanted to build Lifechanyuan's headquarters in Harare, Zimbabwe, so we operated several businesses to earn money, but a series of unexpected incidents got in our way. Firstly, our rail freight was unloaded halfway, and the containers with our goods in it were left unmoved for several months. Then several banks inexplicably refused to allow us to open accounts with them. And then part of our marketing space was occupied by a local lawyer, so we had to spend half a year in litigation, which can be described as rough and bumpy. In 2009, I returned to China and created the second home, the predecessor of the new Oasis for Life. After more than 3 years, I had built the first branch in Anning, the third branch in Chuxiang, and the fourth branch in Linsang. The second branch was to have been built in North America. 3 picturesque paradises were built and more than 10 million RMB yuan were invested in them, but the government did not understand us and drove us out of Yunnan province. Being homeless, some of our Chanyuan Celestials went to Nanjing, and others went to Xinjiang. 3 homes, Nanjing, Gazerer, and Katayer were built in Nanhua province, and Kinjima was built in Xinjiang province. In total, 4 homes were built successively. When everything was basically completed and we were ready to start normal lives, we were expelled from all 4 of them by the government. Helpless again, we looked for a place to build our next homes. Finally, we secretly built secluded villa, Sesame Slope, farm hotel, and old forest in the mountains for homes in Lijiang, Yunnan province. In less than a year, we were discovered by the government and were driven out of Yunnan again. By then, all of our money had been exhausted, and we were tired. What should we have done? Those of us with families returned to live with them. Young people and middle-aged people all went out to work in cities. And the children and elderly members who had no homes to return to had to find places to live collectively and rely on migrant workers to send some money. In the end, the local schools did not allow our children to attend, so they had to return to their places of origin and study at schools there. It is very strange that at first, various local government departments and public security personnel came to check and investigate us hundreds of times and always felt that we were doing a good job, but in the end, they drove us away. I asked the relevant government personnel to give me reasons for why they did that, but they had none. Even today, we still do not know why we had to be driven away, so I believe the government simply misunderstood us. In fact, all public security personnel who had been to our homes and had spoken with me, from police directors to police officers, supported us from the bottoms of their hearts, but they all showed helpless expressions. I also told them that I understood them and that they had to what they had to do. From the central level, President Xi said that the people's yearning for a better life is our goal. At the same time, I once had a dream of President Xi telling me that he wanted to go to the cafeteria to get some food for us, but instead of getting that meal, our rice bowls were smashed. In addition, the supreme purpose of the Communist Party of China is to realize communism, and our home is a 100% communist model, so why would the government of the CPC want to eliminate us? This is very contradictory. Has Lifechanyuan been destroyed? No, not only has it not been destroyed, but everyone has become more confident than ever. Why can we not be destroyed? There are 2 factors, an invisible one and explicit one. The invisible factor is that we are not the result of my passing fancy. We represent an inevitable trend in the evolution of human civilization. It is an arrangement and operation of Tao and the will of the ancestor of Buddha, the greatest creator and God. From Lifechanyuan, one can discover and find their teachings and expectations from throughout human history, as well as the long-cherished desire of the working people. This invisible factor is indestructible by any force. The explicit factor is that our production and life mode constructed by us not only does no harm to people, society, government, or nature, but on the contrary, it benefits all of them. The personal experience of the nearly 200 Chanyuan celestials who have lived in the new oasis for life is that they all like this life mode and want to spend their entire lives here. We are, especially to the elderly and children, simply paradise. The theory of Lifechanyuan is a set of harmonious systems. Our 800 Chanyuan values are irrefutable, and our production and life modes show the most advanced form of human life. Even if the bodies of all the Chanyuan celestials were to be destroyed now, the Chanyuan texts, pictures, videos, and messages left in the hearts of millions of people would still remain forever. In the process of human civilization in the future, no matter how intelligent people appear, to realize the most beautiful social formation of mankind, people will still have to absorb nourishment from Lifechanyuan obediently, and finally have to honestly copy the new oasis for life mode. Whoever thinks that they can exceed our Lifechanyuan theory and new oasis for life mode is simply wrong. The government will eventually understand and support Lifechanyuan and the new oasis for life mode. The working people will yearn for it after they understand what we have. Even capitalists, celebrities, experts, and scholars will admire us and want to enjoy the wonderful life of the new oasis for life. Not only can Lifechanyuan not be destroyed, but it will be recognized widely in the near future, and the new oasis for life production and life mode will be promoted globally. Renlei Xin Shenghua, Dr. Jiayuan Jieshao. An introduction to the new life of human beings home, without marriage and family. Xiefeng. August 6, 2009. We have set the pattern of new lifestyle for human beings, which is the home without marriage and family of Lifechanyuan. This is no longer an armchair strategist's fantasy, yet it is the reality. General outline. To carry out the ideas of returning to one origin with 800 life values for new era human to bring human beings into the Lifechanyuan era, in which country, religion, party, marriage, family, conjugal relation will disappear, no one pockets anything found on the road, doors unnecessarily to be shut in the evening for no thieves drop in. Favorable weather is all the year around. All things on earth are in harmony with each other. Everyone is happy and has good fortune as one wishes. This is the era of Lifechanyuan era. Management mode. Home without marriage and family implements the holographic management mode. The gist of the mode is that no management is the best management. Constitutions, laws, legislations, institutions, commandments, Dharma will not be put into practice, and 800 life values for new era human will be the guideline. Dealing with daily matters with concepts of omnipotence ever-changing, changes interrelating each other, stimulating and motivating the qualities of truthfulness, kindness, beauty, love, faithfulness, and honesty in human nature, and creating a proper external atmosphere to bring those qualities in full play. All are carried out voluntarily without administrative enforcement. Establishment of institutions. Lifechanyuan has one institute and 256 branches in the world. President of Lifechanyuan equals to the president of global government. Presidents of the branches equal to the highest local administrative representatives, and they are in charge of planning and arranging daily production activities and life of the branches. Each branch has 3 major departments: living department, education department, and production department. Property and life management. According to the principle of having nothing but having all, properties of the home without marriage and family belong to all the Chanyuan celestial, and they don't own anything individually. The home without marriage and family undertakes the entire daily expenses of each member, provides allowance for the seniors, and brings up the children. Supporting the seniors is no longer the personal matters of sons and daughters, and nurturing children is not the personal matters of parents anymore. Everyone does his or her best and takes what he or she needs. There is no supervision mechanism on spending, neither does strict accounting system. The time one needed, he or she can spend. Working arrangement. Home without marriage and family doesn't have executive orders or forced arrangements. Everybody chooses his or her job in accordance with his or her hobby, personality, and specialty. Home without marriage and family ensures that each member has his or her own job and works for 6 hours every day. No one will lose the job. Moreover, everyone just does one thing at home without marriage and family, for a reason that this is mutual service system. Each person has a clear division of labor and is responsible for his or her own job. The cook is responsible for cooking, the washer is responsible for doing the laundry, the dustman is responsible for cleaning, and people who are responsible for producing just do the production work. Everyone carries out his or her duty and minds his or her own business. If someone asks for help, people will help him or her unconditionally, and if they don't ask, other people won't get involved in their personal matters. The daily timetable is arranged in person. You may work at night and sleep in the daytime, and you may also get up late and work in the afternoon. You can do everything following your inclinations, as long as you have done your own job and fulfilled your duty. Relationship of the members of home without marriage and family. No matter one is tourist guide, president, the relationship between members is like a family. Blood-related relationship is the one between fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, grandparents and grandchildren. Relationship between men is like brothers, and relationship between women is like sisters. Relationship between men and women of different ages is brothers and sisters, and men and women who attract each other are lovers. There are no distinctions between superiors and inferiors, leaders and workers, supervisors and supervises, hosts and guests. Everyone is equal. Life arrangement. Under the condition of not being luxurious and prodigal, home without marriage and family tries its best to make everyone eat well, wear well, live well, use well, play well. Everyone has one bright bedroom at disposal, which is equipped with spacious toilet and bathroom. Everywhere is spotless and quiet. Flowers are blooming and trees are flourishing. People take their meals at dining halls. The home also has public recreation room, teaching hall, laundry place, gymnastics, school, medical care center. People mainly have vegetarian food. The dining halls serve vegetarian food and meat dishes respectively. People can take what they like. There are plenty of snacks for people to enjoy. Special care is provided for people who need it. People don't gamble or smoke. Alcoholics are not respected. The weak have been taken care of by specially assigned nurses. People can use the computers and phones anytime they want. There are no holidays at the home. Anyone who wants to take a day off, he or she can do it. Traveling is decided by members themselves. The home throws a party each week. Everyone can play an instrument, sing, and dance to show their talents. When members are gone, Lifechanyuan will take care of it with its own funeral and interment institution. Everybody has at least 1 hour of collective study on spirit and mind purification per day. In order to keep spiritual, mental, and physical health, half an hour is set aside for exercises and gymnastics. On love and sex. Love is a precious gift granted by the greatest creator to mankind, and sexual love is an inevitable path that sublimates human nature to a higher space of life. Love and sexual love are similar to the dance of two hearts with the same tempo. As long as man and woman fall in love with each other, they can do whatever they want, and no one will interfere or gossip. Lovers don't occupy or envy each other. On the contrary, they respect each other's freedom, which is higher than anything else. They never do any harm to each other, mentally or physically. Honesty prevails throughout society. Normally, people don't lock their rooms and the room keeping public properties in the daytime. Up to now, no one has lost an item. Each member's bedroom is definitely his or her private space. Anyone who hasn't got the owner's permission is not allowed to get in. If someone wants to get in, he or she has to knock on the door first. He or she can come in until after permission. Sweet and harmonious, people are loving and intimate. No quarrel and dispute concerning interest and hobbies should occur. Staff members are sent to the airport, train station, and bus station to pick up people who join home without marriage and family and people who are leaving. Safety is ensured. One is free to come and go. Everybody uses civilized language. No one speaks bad words and talks nonsense. Everyone speaks gently with an amiable manner. No one shouts and yells. Unless there are collective activities, otherwise, the entire home is quiet for 24 hours. Everyone behaves decently and dresses neatly. Vulgar behaviors are not allowed. There are no untidy persons. Everybody is the owner of home without marriage and family. No one is allowed to reprove, scold, supervise, and force somebody else. Members walk in their own shoes and don't interfere with others. They don't control mutually, but provide services to each other. Members don't build up a special relationship. Their relationship is quite simple. All financial activities are strictly under the scope of laws and decrees of the national and local governments. Home without marriage and family doesn't bring any trouble to national and local governments. Home without marriage and family advocates members should learn the spirit of Lifechanyuan. When we are outside the home, we should take good care of the seniors, the weak, the sick, the disabled, widows, widowers, and orphans. We ought to put other members' interests before our own, and leaving the convenience to others and keeping the inconvenience to ourselves. Home without marriage and family is made up of Chanyuan Celestial from Lifechanyuan. It is not available to people who are not Chanyuan Celestial. It allows the related governmental departments and sections to come and inspect, permits communications with associations, and allows reporters to report the facts practically and truthfully to the society. We don't admit entry to other people. The economy of the home depends on all members. In accordance with national laws and decrees, we gain everything through hard and diligent work. Other than Chanyuan Celestial, we don't accept donations from any organizations, associations, and sponsors. Not a penny. Members of the home must strictly abide by 800 life values for New Era Human. Those who don't uphold it will be eliminated from the home without marriage and family. Home without marriage and family is trying to explore a new way of life for human beings. We believe when everyone on earth lives their lives according to the life mode of home without marriage and family, afflictions of mankind will be lessened, each man's pain will be eased, deterioration of the environment will be curbed. Human beings will definitely enter into Lifechanyuan era, which will last for 1,000 years. An invitation to global communities for alliance with the second home, now new oasis for life. Siefeng, July 24, 2011. Translated by Transin and edited by Kayer. Dear friends, we all have the same dream to make this earth a fairyland for people who are kind, honest, diligent, simple, and trustworthy, and to let all future generations enjoy happy, joyful, free, and blessed lives forever. It would be impossible to realize this beautiful ideal if only a few thousand people work for it. So this dream can only come true with the joint efforts of people from around the world who are willing to commit themselves unselfishly, that is, to devote their full lives to it. In China, we have created a new life mode, the second home of Lifechanyuan, in only 2 years. Our experiences have proven well that this new life mode has a very bright future. We have reached the first milestone toward this dream and expect that with gradual improvement, it will become the most ideal life mode for everyone. The new life mode of the second home has these eight characteristics. No one worries about the matters of survival such as food, clothing, shelter, transportation, birth, aging, illness, and death. Everyone has a job or jobs to do, a place to live, clothes to wear, and food to eat. No one struggles to support their parents and children. Supporting parents and nurturing children are communal, not personal concerns. Individuals have no debts between each other. No one owns anything, but everyone has everything. There are no marriages, traditional families, or personal property. No one pockets anything found on the road, and doors can be left open in the evening. Trouble is rarely found. Paradise management means that no management is the best management. There are no leaders or managers, so no one is led or managed. Everyone does